doing today. Today is Friday, is the end of the week, and briefly we are going to discuss all of my positions, the one I took this week, and we're going to kick off with DXY as usual. Okay, today's video is going to be pretty short. All right, so simply put, you can see what happened to the DXY this week so far. You saw that technically what we have been expecting, what we have discussed together, what we have forecasted together is exactly what we're seeing right here on DXY. As you can see, we had a retest of this particular region again, okay? This particular 100 region right here. Okay, you can see we got it fully retested, and right now we're seeing a rejection all the way back to the downside. All right, so simply put, what can we expect moving forward on DXY? It is quite simple, I would say, or I would like to believe, because we have this particular region right here. Okay, it's a resistance for now. I will call it resistance. And right now, and it's sitting at 99.50. Okay, right now it's sitting at 99.50. Now, what is the expectation? Okay, the first thing is if I'm going to stick to the trend, which is exactly what we can see right here. You can see we have a very decisive bullish momentum that is building up all the way from this particular region right here, which is 96.60 again. All right, so moving forward, I would like to believe that there is a high possibility that we're going to see something like this. Okay, considering the fundamentals. Okay, right now, as a matter of fact, let's quickly take a look at what we have on the fundamentals in the United States. All right, just real quickly, let's take a look at the US economic heat map. All right, so I'm going to bring it right now. Okay, this is what we have right here on the US economic heat map. And I think I should just make it a bit smaller so we can see it very well. Yeah, something like this. This is what I'm looking for. Good. So, what do we have right here on the US economic heat map? Simply put, we still have the dollar. We still have the shutdown still actively going on right now. As a matter of fact, I think I just got a news right here from the United States of America. Where you can see right here, Democrats consider prolonging the shutdown. We're going to see it very well. This is from Forex Factory, by the way. Okay, you can see right here, Democrats consider prolonging the shutdown as Republicans prepare new bills without healthcare fix. Now, this is what we have right now, meaning the shutdown is still very much active. There is no future for it yet. As a matter of fact, there is no plan for shutdown actually going away anytime soon. And that is very significant because this is going to change the way we see the United States fundamentals in the next couple of days. Okay, it's going to change the way we see things because right now the Fed is still compromising. They're still on the edge of, are they going to cut one additional rate, maybe 25 basis points in December, by December 16th or 17th? Are they going to cut it, or they're just going to leave it unchanged? During later today or yesterday, we heard that Bank of England is still planning to cut rate, I guess. Okay, but no, they're not. They didn't cut rate yesterday. Okay, so there is a possibility of them cutting rates next month. Okay, when they have another sitting. Now, I can't find it again here, but should overinterpret. No, it's not that one. Okay, I can't really find it anymore. All right, but maybe I will get it for you later when I'm editing the video, if I do get it. All right, so back to what I was explaining earlier. Now we have just a very, a very small data to work with. Okay, right now you can see all we had is just the manufacturing PMIs, the service PMI, and the ADP. Those are the data we have currently, and that is the only thing that has changed. Inflation is still, we're still flying blind on the inflationary, on inflation. Okay, inflationary data. And then the wage data, the labor data also, we are literally flying blind. NFP, JOLT, initial jobless claim, unemployment rate, wage growth, all of them we are still flying blind. As a matter of fact, GDP growth also, we are pretty much blind on that aspect as well. CPI, PPI, PCE, retail sales, we are pretty much blind. So we don't know what's going on, okay? We don't know the data. As a matter of fact, anything can, as a matter of fact, just spook the market and the market will just go crazy, all right? And we've seen that happen, okay? The little things, you can see that on gold today, the market just went up and came down. All right, you saw what happened to euro dollar, pound dollar today as well. The market just went up and come down. It is very, very volatile right now. Why? Because we don't really have any data. Okay, so what we have to stick by, or what we have to stick to right now, is the technicals. And based on what I can see right here, I would say that this particular region, excuse me for that, okay, I would say that this particular region right here is the only region stopping DXY to fall further to the downside, because that is the other side. Okay, if it failed to continue this momentum that it already started, I think 15th of September, which is the mid-September, this momentum that started at the bottom here, okay, failure to continue it and the market continue this trajectory to the upside, we will likely see the market break to the downside like this and probably continue in this intensive massive range right here. You can see we have a range there, right? Okay, we have a top here, we have a bottom here, we have a top here, we have a bottom here, we have another top here. So there is possibility, because we have two bottom and we now have 1, 2, 3 top. So technically this is a certified or let me say a legitimate range. Okay, all you need for you to know that a range is a range is 2 tops and 2 bottom, and we've seen 3 tops and 2 bottom already. So possibly this can also happen where we're going to get the third bottom right there. Okay, if this particular region right here is broken to the downside. So I'm spending so much time on DXY because most of the trade I'm holding right now are all dollar inclined. Okay, NZD, pound, Aussie, and euro dollar. All right, they are all dollar induced, dollar engulfed, something like that. Okay, and I cut them across different accounts that I'm trading. So now, like I said earlier, we have to watch out, we have to be patient, we have to understand where the market is going to take us, okay, based on technicals. There's literally little to no fundamentals to kind of work with right now. Okay, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So back to Hong Kong 50, okay, which is what I'm currently buying this one, okay, and possibly if I can get this particular place retested, I will add to this position to the upside. Okay, there is a possibility of another leg, I mean another eye. Okay, I'm talking about a fresh all-time high, possibly above here. Okay, before we now get maybe another wave to the downside, and then a full-blown rally to the upside moving forward. But as you can see, this is 12-hour time frame, and this is an obvious bullish momentum. Okay, we've got all of these pullbacks, and we've seen the market continue in this trajectory to the upside. So it is just going to be normal for me to anticipate for a further push to the upside. As a matter of fact, if we get a push to this particular region, a retest of this particular region, I wouldn't mind buying from there as well. Okay, because generally I am quite bullish on Hong Kong 50. The same thing goes to US 30. Okay, I'm also buying US 30 right now. Okay, as a matter of fact, my trailing stop on US 30 is somewhere around here. Excuse me, apologies for my internet. Sometimes stuff like this happen. You know what I'm trying to say. All right, so we have this particular region right here. My trailing stop is somewhere below here. Okay, I just decided to trail it. All right, and I would probably open a new trade by the time I'm done with this video, before the market close in the next couple of hours, maybe 1 hour and 15 minutes or thereabout. So I will probably open another buy and add to US 30. Okay, just a very decent amount of lot size that wouldn't really scare me, something like that, because I already have a buy trade I'm holding on this one, so I just want to add to it. Okay, so that is that on US 30, and it's still running very well. This is Nikkei right here, and Nikkei is also very good. Okay, it's a decent pair like that, and I genuinely I love this momentum. Okay, I've been buying Nikkei all the way from here. I took a buy here, I take profit here, I took a buy here, I took some profit here. I did not ride this one, all right, but I took a fresh buy right here. So now Power Adventure will get a drop back to this particular region. I wouldn't mind buying some more, adding to my position on Nikkei. But right now, I'm just kind of like watching right now, okay? And my trailing stop is somewhere around here, okay? Which is still very, it's weird, all right? It's weird. This is my ultimate target. I didn't get it, Okay, I didn't get it, and that's like 1:1.5. Okay, 1:1.5, because I was actually expecting this particular drop. Okay, so I can add to this position. That's why I have this gigantic stop loss right there. But the market decided not to come down. So if I get a retest of this region on Nikkei, I wouldn't mind adding to my positions moving forward. All right, so that is that on Nikkei for now. I'm still holding the trade. We see how it goes moving forward. NAS 100 US Tech, I just took a buy on this one. And so far, so good. It's been an amazing trade, I must say. Okay, it's been a very, very interesting one. Okay, I took a buy somewhere around here earlier today, and I'm still like expecting the drop. Okay, back to this region right here. If I get a retest of this demand zone, I wouldn't mind adding another buy to it. However, my stop loss is generally below here. If I'm gonna, the one I took here, the stop loss is there. If I'm gonna take another one here, the stop loss will be here. So I can just get out of the trade if the pullback is gonna be very heavy. Okay, there's a lot of sentimental about the AI bubble, the crash, and the crash and every other thing. I think it's just a way to scare people from investing. Okay, or a means of, I mean, the crash can happen. I'm not gonna say, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying it's propaganda or whatnot. Okay, it's possibly, I mean, it's, but the US stock market has been bullish for forever, so it is just normal to, I mean, consider a drop. I don't think it's gonna crash. Maybe we're gonna get like 30% drop. All right, maybe something deeper than what we got here. All right, maybe something deeper than what we got here, something 35%, or even 40% drop. All right, in the price of the US stock market across board. But I don't think it's gonna be like back to zero. All right, I don't think that kind of makes sense. But you just have to be prepared, and you have to watch out for the details and information that is online. Okay, so you can better prepare yourself. Okay, that everything that is going on right now is not going to scare me out of the market, and I will just stop trading for what no reason. I mean, it's never going to be me. Okay, but at the same time, I have to be prepared. You have to be ready. You have to be well informed, so you can make better decisions moving forward. So that is just where I'm at right now on Nasdaq. I took a buy right here. As a matter of fact, I took it on my phone while I was at the gym. I haven't really checked the charts so far, I think, but this is definitely going to be the place I took the trade. Okay, and my stop loss is slightly below here. So we'll see if we can get a fresh leg to the upside, something like this, maybe back to this particular region. Maybe we're going to get a leg to that place, I'm talking about, where is my, this thing? Let's say something like, yeah, maybe this particular region, 1.618, something like that, 28,230.5 or something like that. This particular region, maybe we're gonna get a fresh leg to the upside before we now get that wave all the way back down, and maybe the crash that everybody is selling right now is gonna happen by then. But for now, I'm just like in on this one for now. So let's see how it goes. Okay, let's see how that goes. So that's my plan on Nasdaq. Okay, I took a short. I mean, I'm selling USDCHF. Okay, dollar sweet. I started selling this one because of this particular range band. The range bound. Okay, so the range is there. All right, we have multiple tops. Okay, and then we have multiple bottom as well. So I just want to play in this range for a while before we know what the next plan is. Is it gonna leg down, deeper down, or is it just gonna drop down and then probably rally add back to 2025? Yeah, that multi-year low right there. Is it gonna come back there before it now drop? Because when you take this chart to something like the monthly band, you will see that it is intense. It's an intense bearish momentum. But the last time we got this retest of this trend line, okay, this is 2022. So maybe we get a leg to the downside right here, and then we get a retest of this trend line maybe next year or next 2 years. Okay, so that is my plan on USDCHF for now. But overall, I think we've gotten a saturated move right here for like a couple of years now, and it's very ridiculous. So maybe we're gonna gap down back to this yearly support, and then maybe get a slight pullback to retest this particular region again. Then we get down, and then we get it back to the top here, and then maybe we can find a new low in the next decade. Okay, these are like decade kind of setup I'm talking about right here. Okay, this is like a 10 years kind of setup. So that is just my thought, my thought process on this particular pair, it's always gonna be bearish, but we know it's not going to zero. So just gonna range for a long time. You can see a lot of range, just like 2013 to 2023. This is like a decade range, all right? And it's already started here again, maybe another decade range. So it's not something that is gonna like fly up like that. Nope. All right, it's never gonna happen. But there's high possibility of another range right here. Later drop down, okay, do something like this, drop down again, then come back to retest this particular trend line, then further drop, okay, like 10 years kind of trade plan right here, okay. I'm talking about 2035, okay. That could be it, all right. Like I'm not saying that is it. I'm saying that is a possibility. It could be that could be the plan, all right. So that's just what my thought process on USDCHF for now. But back to this one, 12-hour time frame that I'm sticking on in this video, I would say it just looks very good to short right now. Okay, back to this particular trend line, okay, at least. Then whatever happens from there, we're going to analyze, we're going to check, and we're going to react to it moving forward. Okay, Aussie dollar, I took a buy, but it's a lazy pair. It's a lazy pair like that. I don't really have anything to say about this. That it's just a very lazy pair. Okay, so I took a buy at the back of this particular demand zone right here. Okay, it has retested this region for forever. I will even say it's a support zone. Anyway, it's a very wide zone like that. Okay, so plan back to this supply resistance region, and we see what happens from there. Is it going to continue ranging for the rest of the year, or is it going to continue ranging for the rest of the even first half of 2026? It's possible. So that's just my plan right now on this one. So let's watch out. Let's be patient and let's just see how it goes. Pound Aussie, excuse me. Pound Aussie is an amazing trade. Okay, I didn't get a chance to add to my position on this one because you can see I have a notification and I have an alert here. I was expecting the retest of this region so I can add to this particular trade, but I couldn't do that. Quite unfortunate, right? But the plan is still plain and simple. I'm still expecting that pullback. Okay, it's not far gone. I want to add to this trade. So if you're not in any trade yet, you can look for a buy opportunity on Pound Aussie. Once it retested this region, you can now take a buy moving forward. Okay, it's very young still, and generally it's a bullish pair. Okay, it's been bullish for forever as well. So it's gonna take a while. Okay, it also it ranges a lot, as you can see right here, since April 20. I mean, since March 2025, it's been ranging right here. Okay, for like 7 months, it was ranging. So right now we're getting the retest of this particular zone. So you could expect a reaction from here. Okay, I've been waiting for this pair for like forever. As a matter of fact, when it got here some time ago, I took a buy and I lost that one. So I took a fresh buy at the bottom here. So this is just a trade I've been waiting for months. Okay, for months. I've been preparing, I've been watching, I've been waiting. It could be a shit trade that we end up coming back down and just break below here, probably come back down here. Which, if that happens, I'll be selling from here. You know, price action trader, you change your buyers, you move on with the market, period. Okay, it's simple stuff. So that is just my plan right now on Pound Aussie. I'm looking forward to how it's going to play out. But if you are interested, if you want to pick this trade, let's take it to 8-hour time frame. Maybe something is going to be clearer over there. I think it's a little bit clearer there. So if you're looking for an entry on Pound Aussie, just wait for pullback to this region and take a buy from there, period. All right. Aussie EURCAD, I'm also selling EURCAD. As a matter of fact, I made a couple of mistakes today, because today I figured out that both euro dollar and EURCAD somehow have the same, they kind of move the same. All right, you can see right here, they somehow kind of share the same momentum. They kind of have a correlation, and that was very spooky to me because I was buying euro dollar at the time. I've been buying euro dollar from here, and at the same time I'm selling EURCAD right here, and that is very spooky because at some point I started seeing EURCAD going up. So I trail on a medium size account that I'm trading. I kind of just trailed this one and I got tapped out. Okay, but on a more decent and comfortable account that I'm managing, I kind of leave that one alone, and that one is the one that is actually making profit on EURCAD right now. The other one got trailed out and I'm out. Okay, you can call it it's my fault. It's one of those things that happen when you're just trying to be overprotective, or let's say micromanaging your account, because I mean you just can't get it perfectly. Okay, so I guess that's just that. But I'm still holding this one on like 2 separate accounts, but it is what it is. Okay, so I took this one coming back here. I talked about this like 2 weeks ago, that even though the only two ways I will pick this trade is if I get a break below here, a pullback, I will sell, or if I get the market to retest this particular supply zone, I will sell. And you can see one of them actually play out, and it's still playing out. Now, it's still pretty young. Okay, we can get a reject moving forward now, okay, by Monday. But for now, the trade is doing very well, and the trade is already in like 1% profit. So my trailing stop will be kicking in very soon, because I'm not really risking that much on this one. I'm only risking 50 pips. And this move alone is around 58 pips thereabout. So 1:1 is already done. So the plan is, let me even do that so you can see what I'm saying. You can see right here, this is like 1:1.5. As a matter of fact, that's 1:1.5. So that is already done. So the best thing now is just to trail it and just keep making the market on EURCAD. CADCHF is an annoying one. I was shorting CADCHF because why not? It's a very bearish pair. Okay, it's been bearish for a really long time, and I just took a short trade, and now it's going back up. Weird, right? I mean, it's just part of the deal. Although the trade is still slightly in a little profit, and my stop loss is widely above here, which I'm still very much comfortable with. But I just don't like this kind of move, or this kind of zap move. Okay, the market will go in your direction and just zap it back to the upside, giving you a V-shaped kind of pattern, and I don't like V-shaped pattern. Okay, sometimes we just trap you at the top, then drop back down. I don't like V-shaped pattern. I hate it. Okay, personally, I hate it. But sometimes V-shape can look like this. Okay, you can see that. Okay, so it's sentiment. It is not something that is actually like tradable. All right, but it is what it is, right? It's just the way you feel about some pattern and some market structure that you don't feel comfortable trading, and it's part of the deal. I mean, it's fine if you feel like that. Nobody's gonna sue you for that. So I'm still holding that CAD for now. Kiwi dollar, annoying but beautiful. Okay, because I have high hope for this one. As a matter of truth, it kind of tap into my entry, slightly tap into my entry, right? You can see right there, it tap into it, and beautiful stuff is about to happen. Now, I mean, it could still drop down, a little bit deeper before we now get that move to the upside. And at the same time, it can actually come back down and just tap me out. Okay, very possible. But I have a high hope on this one, so we see how that goes. I have planned to actually add as many positions to this one as possible. First one will be right at the top here. Okay, I'll be adding some buys to this one. If you break above here also, I'll add another buy. If you break above here also, I will add another buy. If you break here also, I will add to the buy. I have so much planned for this one. I'm gonna trade it the way this one is traded. Okay, you can see this momentum. That's how I'm gonna trade it. All right, so watch out. Literally watch out. Okay, but the problem here is that the swap fee is going to be awful. But thank God for Xness. Okay, so they have a swap free kind of account I'm trading, which is very beautiful. So I kind of just want to sit down and just enjoy this trade as we move forward, because I am going to add so much positions to this, considering that he move in sequence like this. Okay, it moves like this. If it does this, I will be adding buys. Okay, with big lot sizes. I'm just kidding, but definitely it's gonna be moderate amount of lot sizes. Okay, pound USD, I'm also buying pound dollar. Okay, beautiful stuff. Now earlier today we got a rejection from here, okay, which was not very impressive, and it's not something I really like. I think people are already celebrating Christmas, so I mean, yeah, we are in November already. I mean, we should be enjoying, right? So that's the sound you're hearing, but definitely you can still hear the sound of my voice. So let's enjoy the whole thing together. On pound dollar, I was expecting a little drop, okay, back to this zone, so I can zap a buy right there. But I didn't want to miss out on this chance, because don't forget the last video I released, I said this can be a false breakout of this particular demand. You can see we got this particular demand stroke support, all right, violated, and now the market is going back inside. Now, is it a short pullback that will lead to further drop, I can't say. Or is it just a push to the upside that will continue forward? Possibly too. Okay, but whatever the case may be, the trade is already doing very well. Okay, my stop loss is still largely below here. Okay, very audacious and very big. Okay, I feel confident about this and I feel really comfortable trading it. But let's see how that goes. Okay, sometimes you feel so comfortable and the market will still mess you up. Okay, it's part of the deal. But let's just see how this goes. It makes sense for now, and I love what I see. So moving forward to Euro USD. Euro dollar, I'm also buying. This one is quite close to my entry, like that, because I had like an entry at the bottom here. It almost zapped into my entries, but I think I was quite graceful today on this one. Again, the market, I still think that Euro dollar can even have a leg down, okay, the last leg down to this particular zone before we now get that move to the upside. Okay, but relatively, this is a mildly bullish pair. Okay, this is the weekly time frame. You can see it is a mildly bullish pair. Again, mild. Okay, because when you take it to the monthly time frame, you see that it's largely just in a range, around in a bearish kind of range. All right, as you can see right here, there is a short, there is a plan that, there's a possibility of getting the 2020 high before we now get a further drop. All right, probably back to parity again. Parity, there was a time we got a parity when it was actually fell below 1. Okay, 1.00. It fell to like 0.98 something like that, which is like crazy, But at the end of the day, we got it back up, and now maybe we're gonna get a drop and then pump, something like that on the monthly time frame. That's gonna take like maybe 3 years or something like that. So that's why the monthly time frame is very weird to look at. But right now, based on a longer band, a longer structure, this looks very bullish to me. And so far, this particular structure right here, this last bust up here for the buyers, okay, for them to shift, okay. If this particular region is broken, then we are going back to being bearish on euro dollar. So the last drop for buyers is right at the top here, and I think they are pulling their weight already. So if we get a break like this, then yeah, for sure, 2020 high is up for grab. So let's watch out on Euro USD. Let's plan ourselves accordingly, and then we jump to Pound NZD. Now, Pound NZD is annoyingly but beautiful. All right, I bought this like weeks ago, and it's annoying because there's no pullback. I couldn't add to this trade. It's awful. I couldn't. But I love the fact that I'm holding this one. It's just the most beautiful pair ever. I'm just kidding, guys. It's not the most beautiful pair. I don't really like it sometimes. But any which way, I'm buying it bullish, like super, super bullish. Like, everything about Pound NZD speak bullishness. Its trend is beautiful and it has momentum. In a day, it can do 200 pips plus. Like, beautiful stuff. That's why I'm calling it beautiful again. I don't like, beautify using too much adjective for pairs like this or any pair at all. But sometimes you just have to give them their rings or their whatever. But it is what it is anyway. So let's put this this particular thing. So moving forward, I am just gonna hold on to this. I don't really have any other plan aside the fact that I have my stop loss below here. If we get this move right here, yeah, I will partial close, wait for pullback, then hard. Okay, and sky is the limit, right? Because it's a bullish pair. Bullish, bullish, bullish. What you will do when the market is bullish, you buy and buy and buy again. Moving forward to USD CAD. USD CAD is a beautiful one also. Another adjective, I started selling USD CAD. Why? Because dollar is unstable without fundamentals. And yes, we had a news today on the Canadian dollar. Okay, we have the CAD. Let's take a look at the CAD, the Canada economic heat map right now. Okay, so where is the Canada economic heat map? It is coming up. My back is literally paining me, even though I'm well comfortable seated on my chair. But I was not sitting very well, so that could cause the reason why my shoulder is a little bit aching. But moving forward, you can see we have the labor data. The labor data in Canada came out today, which is employment change and unemployment rate, and they both came very beautiful. Okay, in Canada right now, we got a reduction in their unemployment rate, and we got a massive increase in their job. Okay, new job was added like 66.6k. when the market is actually forecasting downwardly, like from 60,000, 60.4K, the market is expecting negative 5K. That is awful. If we get something like this, we will just see dollar CAD will just fly like this. Okay, it will just move like this, poof. You know, that kind of effect that you see on social media when Fed Powell is saying good morning or good afternoon. Yeah, if we had something quite below this or something quite below this, oh boy. I mean, something above this and something below this, oh my God. It's going to be awful for CAD. But we got something better. The labor data came very good for the Canadian economy. And you can see right now, Canada is one of the most hottest currency right now. You can see the currency is just bullish, like beautiful bullish. This is beautiful. Okay, that now this is what I call beautiful. This is a beautiful economy. That's why you have to understand the economy when it comes to trading. Although technical is very important, but then fundamental also very interesting thing you must pay close attention to. And the labor data looks very good now compared to previous. The growth is still very bad, but the manufacturing and the service PMI looks very decent. The inflation is still pretty sticky, okay, but the growth and retail sales is still not very palatable. But at the same time, we have the service and manufacturing PMI looks good. That means, you know, in a way, it's boosting, okay. And the labor data kind of like bolster everything together, and we saw a very positive momentum in the price of CAD. And for now, I'm just gonna enjoy it because anything can happen tomorrow. But right now, it's a good day. Okay, CAD, it's a good one. So let's enjoy it and let's enjoy it moving forward. And literally that's all for me today, guys. I really want to enjoy today's session, but I think I gotta go now. I will see you. This is just like the end of the day wrap, and you can see I'm not adding any video. My face is not showing, so this is just for you to enjoy and, you know, better prepare yourself. Also, let's take a look at gold before we actually go. So what happened to gold this week? Gold kind of just still pretty much stuck in that range that we discussed about during the weekend. And when I talked about my Friday, I'm talking about my Sunday video, so the weekend video that I used to release. You can see what we have this particular structure right at the top here, and this is everything that gold did. Okay, you can see we have a more like an ascending triangle of sorts. Yeah, ascending triangle right there. Now, when it comes to ascending triangle, that's the crazy part of pattern. Okay, it could break above like this, and it could break below like this. So, and this is confusing, isn't it? Yeah, because you don't know. That's why I don't like stuff like that. So I would rather just wait for the breakout or the break to the downside. Okay, but we can see that the buyers are not budging, right? The buyers are still very much interested in trading buying gold. Okay, so right now is not the time to be very cocky and be like, yeah, it's time to buy, it's time to sell. You have to be cautious. Okay, don't sell gold abruptly. You can look for buy opportunities, but don't also sleep on that one. Okay, because gold right now is unstable. I would say silver is quite more stable than gold right now, right? Let's take a look at silver, then I will wrap it up. Silver, beautiful silver. What's happening to silver? Anything interesting on that one? Yeah, nothing really interesting either. I think it's still the same, just like gold. And yeah, for now, I would say just stay away from gold and silver unless you want to day trade them. If you're planning to day trade them, then that's fine. If you're not planning on day trading them, I would say stay away. Okay, stay away from gold and silver. For me to trade silver, if I'm gonna buy silver, I want to see something like this. Okay, right, and then we take it back to the upside from here. But I'm gonna sell it. I would say, bro, it has to break below $46 per ounce for me to sell silver. Anything outside of that, bro, I'm just gonna sit my bum down and I'm gonna pray to God. Have a good one, guys. I'll see you in the next one. I'll see you on Saturday. Bye for now.